My name is Dan Myers. I'm with Citrix. I'm the Global Academic Programs Manager. And so I'm going to talk to you really kind of part A, part B. Part A is let's make sure this works here, a little bit about Citrix. For those of you who aren't real familiar with Citrix, a lot of people have heard of Citrix, but they really don't know the breadth of the products that it offers. Most of them are behind the scenes. People use them every single day. They don't even realize it. We'll talk about that a little bit. Because what I want to do is to kind of build the case for you considering to adopt our new Citrix IT Academy programs. If you don't understand who Citrix is and the value and what we're trying to do, there's no sense in adopting the Citrix IT Academy program. So I'm going to talk about our whole academic network, which is our collection of academic programs. So the Citrix IT Academy is part of the academic network. The free resources are going to be available even if you do not become a Citrix IT Academy. I'm going to show you where there's this free resources for you to do whatever you want to do with them. And then we're going to get into the Citrix IT Academy, the requirements, benefits, all that type of good stuff, and then finally next steps. So first off, if anybody has not heard of Citrix, just out of curiosity? Okay. Everybody has, that's good. IT people. I have had a couple conferences I've been to where one or two hands kind of went up, but most people know Citrix as the go-to meeting company. GoToMeeting as the competitor has a competing product from Cisco called WebEx, collaboration type of product. But anyhow, Citrix has been around the block for a while. So founded in 1989. It's a $2 billion plus company. 260,000 enterprises around the world rely upon Citrix products. We partner with over 10,000 companies in over 100 countries. These last two kind of perk some eyes up. So Citrix delivers over 100 million virtual desktops in the enterprise environment today. That's a heck of a lot. Primarily with our Zen desktop virtualization product, we're going to talk a little bit more about later on. But what really perks people's eyes is this, the last one here. Citrix touches, it's estimated, approximately 75% of internet users each day. So how do we do it? Magic. This bad boy. Has anybody ever heard of the net scaling? Richard has? Okay, that's why. Because a lot of people use Citrix technology, but they don't realize it. A lot of the big boys down in the bottom right-hand corner, they use the NetScaler product. It's a network load balancing product. It is being used in cloud deployments now, and it's very, very highly scalable. And so that's an example of just one of Citrix products. Again, most people don't even know about it. This product is also used in our virtual desktop deployments and our virtual application deployments. We have quite a partner ecosystem, all kinds of hardware and software companies. Again, we've been around for quite a while. You'll see that upper right-hand corner, very strong partners with Cisco. We announced in Barcelona, Spain at our annual Synergy conference in September a very strong and extended relationship with Cisco. It was kind of all over the IT news. So Cisco and Citrix are partnering to deliver a VDI solution for the enterprise. It's their servers, it's our virtual desktop software. Just an example of a hardware partnership with Wise, a zero client or thin client. It boots up in 6 seconds. And it provides virtual desktops in 6 seconds to somebody, or a set of applications. So I just want to show you the breadth of partners that Citrix has, of both hardware and software. NetApp is also one of our strong partners on the list here. And Mark is from NetApp, so we do a lot with NetApp. Microsoft, huge partner with Microsoft. You'll notice that there's one of these here that start with a V that aren't on the list. Rick, would you happen to know which one that is? Rick is, we know each other out. Rick is with the VMware IT Academy program. So Citrix and VMware compete on certain product levels, but not all product levels. but we certainly do promote both of our academic programs, which is kind of nice. I cited on Rick's presentation yesterday. How many people worked with Windows NT? Okay. Do you remember Windows Terminal Services? Do you know where that actually came from? Citrix. So I just want to pop out here for a second. And I've got this URL, Wikipedia, if you care to look it up a little bit further on your own. But this is a little overview, and it talks about here, Microsoft has a long-standing agreement with Citrix, blah, 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 blah. They share code with us, we share code with them. But it's been a long partnership. If you remember the Windows NT days, if you wanted to terminate Windows Terminal Services, you actually paid extra for it. Just because the royalties went to us. So we've been working with Microsoft for quite a long time. Okay, let's go back. This is a snapshot from our products and solution pages. I'm certainly not going to cover them all. But again, I want to let people know that it's just not the go-to meeting company. It's just not a one-product company. It's been around for a while and has quite a bit of products. So from the solution side of things, we get into all kind of clouds and mobility. Those are the two kind of operative words. Our products fit into all those categories here. We have enterprise mobility, all of our cloud stuff, virtualization, collaboration, and kind of a new area we've gotten into, data sharing. Anybody familiar with the ShareFile product? Anybody using it or familiar with ShareFile? It's we acquired the company. It's an enterprise-wide Dropbox. Think of it that way. Okay, huge storage allows you to upload into the cloud. That is really key, as you'll see, to what Citrix is trying to do as a company moving forward. So if I could summarize what Citrix does, this is kind of like our vision here. We create a world where people can work and play from anywhere. If you had to categorize into two big buckets what we're all about, our products and solutions, and here they are. Mobile work styles on any device. And then our cloud services, getting into the cloud big time. NetScaler, that product I showed a little bit earlier, is a real key to moving into the cloud. It used to be that everybody worked 9 to 5, and that our work and our personal life were rather separated. I got this from our president of our company, did a presentation in Barcelona. And when I saw it, I said, that's what's going on. Our lives are intermixed now. Our president calls it work shifting, right? What allows us to do that work shifting? You know, where we go out and sometimes we're at work, technically we pop out and we have to go to the grocery store or pick up a prescription or son or daughter at school, right? It's work shifting. We're shifting the work. What allows us to do that is mobility. Having devices that we can carry with us that allow us to do our work from anywhere. And you'll see, again, in a couple slides, and also I'm going to show a little quick video too on how that's all coming to fruition. As a matter of fact, let me bounce out now. I'm going to show you. I know I try to get a shorter one, but I'm going to show it's a 4-minute video. And I want you to just keep your ears open for mobility style.
We're producing a massive variety of content for the UK market and for overseas markets. We also are regional news producers for the UK, so we're covering the TV production business literally, we call it Western, end to end. Now, when I joined, the day-to-day IT that people coming from on their desk that they were working with was just fundamentally broken. It was locked around about 2003 when the last merger happened that created ICT. We needed the right creative environment, not just a technology state, but less of the technology and power that created the process. We chose Citrix as our virtualization to give us a really good transition, not only between cloud-based services, but to legacy systems as well. And having the right thing between enabling technologies to virtualization of applications to becoming operating systems independent, where you can bring their own devices as well, is absolutely being underpinned all that we're doing in terms of our total transformation. The core applications now run on an iPad, a visual PD, a PC, a Mac, or a Google Chromebook. So that's allowing us to bring your own and to take away that maintenance cost, that managed entity that was the old IT world. And so we've even had crazy thoughts now putting Google Chromebooks into vending machines. It's temporary worker, local vending machine, plastic packaging, 50 cents is your IT. It's at that level, and that's where we're moving towards. Our drive around commoditized IT is really looking to Citrix and control access to our core data center, our core network, the cloud gateway, and the Citrix Hub, which sits on every device. And when you click on that, you're connecting into ICT, you're connecting into the competition experience where we use the app store and we deliver apps. So we're taking off the old mindset of a managed desktop. We now replace that with the competition experience of cloud gateway, the app store, and offer.
I'm Lucy Greenwood. I work as the Customer Services Manager for the London Studios, which are the facilities branch of ITV. We have 6 studios here. We also have a large post-production department, and we're running approximately 50 other seats. So I'm in and out of the production office, in galleries, making sure that everything is running as smoothly as it can. Previously, I was very much tied to my desk. Now I'm more mobile, so I have the flexibility to work with them in lots of different spaces. I definitely found more productive. I have everything I need at my fingertips wherever I need to go. I think that's the massive difference.
The business case around us is one of absolute transformation, about mobility, about being able to change our property footprint. We used to have a building in London, and this building in London was our disaster recovery building. We've now closed the contract on that building. Our disaster recovery is you can work from home, you can work from anywhere, you can IT anytime. We've created that genuine mobile workforce, enabling new production process, new creative process, new scripting, new ways of working, new meetings, new office space. And it's all running through virtualization, it's all running through mobility, and people genuinely can work anywhere in the world facilitating online.
I'm going to show you how this is being done here in a minute. But anybody pick up anything, any kind of buzzwords or anything in that short, there's a 4-minute video that kind of caught your ear, out of curiosity? I know it wasn't as loud as it could be, but mobility was certainly in there, right? How about operating system independence? Commoditization of IT was in there. Do you have any idea that there's a Chromebooks? We kind of chuckle, but putting a Chromebook in a vending machine. So the contractors, when they come in, they get a Chromebook, right? It's preloaded with some Citrix software, the Citrix receiver, which I'm going to show you. Turn it on, pop it up, they log in, and they get their desktop, they get the applications that they need as a contractor. So this is the direction that things are going. On the mobility side, you're seeing that companies are actually, at least I'm seeing and then reading about them, companies are actually restructuring their workplace. Citrix is certainly doing an awful lot of that because people are bringing their own devices to work. They're not going to the cube every single day, that same cube for years and years and years. They're going and having meetings with other team members. They're taking their iPads, they're taking their phones, whatever, their desktops, their laptops, they take their desktops with them. So it's changing the design, actually, of the workplace itself, too. Why? Because people can access their desktop and or their applications from any device anywhere. Okay. So again, kind of setting the stage here. Get back to our prezo. We talked about this work shifting. And Citrix has the front end and the back end software to allow us to do this. Access your documents, your applications, and your desktops from any device, from anywhere. And the secret is this application that you can download free. It's called Citrix Receiver. The catch is that's the front end software. Your organization has to have the back end Citrix Zen desktop to provide the virtual desktops. It has to have the back-end Zen app, our virtualization application software to virtualize the application. So if you have a receiver and you load it on any device, and it is device independent, then you can go ahead and access the applications that were provided to you or the desktop. I'm going to show you that here in a second. But we're seeing out here in the industry that with our solutions and on the back end and Citrix receiver, that the users can access a specific application on a phone. We're hearing a lot of stories about what we call task workers. It's a task where all they do is they need to do one thing. Maybe it's out in the field. They go to read water meters. So they only need one application. So the organization, utility company, the organization goes ahead and virtualizes that application and then presents it through Citrix receiver to that task worker that's out there in the field. That's an example of just virtualizing one application for a single task worker. You can give various sets of workers various sets of applications, right? A contractor gives this set of applications, or an entire desktop that has a bunch of applications already on it. But again, the secret is the receiver is on the front end, the back end is our Citrix, our Zen desktop and Zen app software packages. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to show you live on my computer here, and then we're going to transition over to the academic program. But Citrix Receiver looks like this, whether it's on your tablet, and I already have it up and running, but I know you probably can't see it because of the glare in the room. But this is an Android-based tablet, and it is running Citrix Receiver. So you can go ahead and download it for free and run the demo version. Have your students run the demo version. The demo version will allow them to go ahead with Citrix Receiver loaded on their smartphone, their tablet, actually launch Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, start it on one device, because you're going to have to create an account, and then they can go ahead and put the device down and then go to another device, log in there, and it will actually roam their session from their tablet. Let's say they're in Microsoft Word creating a document. They leave home, they go to work, they log in on the device again, or another device again, and it transfers that session over to the new device. Pretty slick stuff. So it works on anything, and what makes it work, by the way, is again on the back end. Sorry about that. On the back end, we have our Zen desktop software, so the organization must have that to provide the virtual desktops. If the receiver is going to deliver a Windows 7 or Windows 8 and or Windows XP, whatever desktop, Zen app will virtualize your applications, again presented in the receiver, which I'm going to demonstrate. Cloud Gateway is a product we have that would allow the receiver to go ahead and access applications in the cloud, whether from your company's private cloud or another company's cloud. And then the share file, I told you we just had the acquisition, so it allows you to go ahead and upload your documents to a share file. Use Citrix Receiver to access your PowerPoint presentation from the cloud. That's mobility. That's what allows an end user to access their desktops, their applications, their data from anywhere on any device. Okay, so I'm just going to pop out here, and I'm going to show you live kind of what it looks like. From the PC standpoint, I go to a URL because I'm a Citrix employee, and this is on a PC. Otherwise, I'd have that application on my phone. I'd go ahead and log in. This is live. I'm getting this stuff from Fort Lauderdale as soon as I log in. So I'm going to go sit right, do my credentials. And this is my Citrix receiver. Again, I'm getting this from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I can go ahead and launch any one of these applications because they're virtualized back in Fort Lauderdale. I can go to the store, as we call it. So this plus sign over here would allow me to go ahead and select different applications that I'd put kind of like on my receiver desktop, if you will, to use that metaphor. And I'm just going to go ahead and choose Office Productivity and go ahead and add, say, Microsoft PowerPoint. So if I click on Microsoft PowerPoint, you saw it moves it over to my receiver interface here. So now every time I launch receiver, whether it's from my PC, my smartphone, or my tablet, I've got these applications that I have access to, all virtualized, all coming from Fort Lauderdale. We just rolled out, or I should say corporate IT just rolled out our Windows 8. I've got a Windows 7 desktop here, and I've got a Windows 8 desktop here. Before I'm going to go ahead and start it. You'll see how quickly it gives us a Windows 8 desktop. But this laptop is my personal laptop. Citrix has a BYOD program where they pay me $2,300 every 3 years. They say, Dan, get your own computer. We don't care what it is, because we're going to give you a virtual desktop. I don't care what device you use. You can put it on anything you want. So people are going to the Mac route, people are Intel. It doesn't really matter. So every 3 years, they give me $2,300. They take taxes out, unfortunately. And then I get my Windows desktop from Fort Lauderdale. Again, I could log into my receiver, because I have a receiver app on here, and I can bring up my Windows 7 or Windows 8 desktop on this tablet. And all the applications that they configure to work with the desktop. A little bit slower than I thought it was going to be, because it's normally pretty quick. It might be something here in the network. I tried it in a hotel, and it worked just fine.
What's the client based on? What's the protocol you're using?
ICA. Yep. ICA is actually cannot start. Don't know what the reason is. It worked about half hour ago. About an hour ago in the hotel room. So anyhow, this is one big area for Citrix is mobility. The other one is cloud. We don't have time to get into it, but we're doing a lot of stuff in the cloud. All right. So what does it all mean? We have customers that are buying the stuff and eating it up. We don't have enough people that can install them and maintain it, and that's where the academic program comes in. We need more people, more talent for our customers to hire so that they can implement this technology. We need more talent. We need more talent coming out of the colleges to go to work for our partners. We have 10,000 of them worldwide. We have needs within Citrix. Citrix as a company is just exploding as well. Much like VMware, virtualization, cloud computing needs the talent. And so, Rick and VMware are getting into the program for the same reason, to help, generate that talent to go to work for our partners and customers. It helps us grow as a company, of course, and it provides jobs and careers for the students. So with that, let's go ahead and go back to the presentation. Let's talk about the academic network now. The academic network, I was hired 2 years ago from Cisco to design and manage the academic programs for Citrix. We only have two kind of programs at this point here. We have free resources, and then we have the IT Academy program, really geared towards 2 to 4 year colleges. Under the free resources, I have some information I'll share with you regarding high schools and universities. So if you go to citrix.com/academic, it's on the pamphlet I gave you guys. It's also on my business card. The very far right-hand tab is the Resources tab. The Resources tab looks like the screenshot on the right. There's all kinds of free resources for anybody to go ahead and use and do whatever they want to do with them. If you happen to be a university, the cloud computing resources and for research projects has software development kits. It has a Zen server, which is our virtualized server product, simulator. There's all kinds of stuff in there for doing research projects. There's great videos under the Learning Bytes section here. What is Zen Desktop? What is Zen App, our virtualization desktop and application? Case study libraries, so if you want to have your students go take a look at what's going on in the medical field in regards to virtualization. I can go and do some searches with some of the case studies. They get some videos in there and do a little report on it. Completely up to you. Augment your existing programs with any kind of sweet content that you have here. The IT Academy program. Authorized IT academies can deliver our Citrix virtualization courses, and we have 3 that we're offering to IT academies. We have more than that, but we're only offering 3 for the IT Academy program. So those 3 courses are Zen Desktop Administration, our Zen App Administration, and our Zen Server Administration. Those 3 courses. The target student is anybody that has that core IT foundation. This is considered more advanced technology, so they need to have the basics. And you have that foundation in networking, operating systems, and administration. 3 course offerings, once again. The names of the courses are on the left here, short description. This presentation will be available, so you can click on the links and get the more detailed information. And then each course is aligned to a single certification exam. So far right-hand column lets you know what that is. Zen Desktop's aligned with our Zen Desktop certification. So Citrix Certified Administrator for Zen Desktop, Zen App, and Zen Server. This is a new program. I officially launched it July 1st of last year. The courses right here, the curriculum, is the same curriculum we use in our commercial training centers. It's 30 content hours each. I have a little note down here. It does not include any time for assessments or final exam and that type of stuff. It's 30 content hours. It does include labs. It does have assessments built into it, but you're probably going to want to beef it up a little bit if you're going to extend it over the academic term. And by the way, these courses, per the program guidelines, cannot be delivered in anything less than 4-week period. Why? It's the same material as our commercial training centers. They will fire me if I cannibalize our commercial training center business. So by extending it out to 4 weeks, we get a different audience, and people attend the courses at the college. They have different payment methods they use, mostly them, as opposed to the business, etc. Our recommended sequence is to start off with Zen Desktop or Zen App. However, I had about a third of the pilots that actually started with Zen Server. Their rationale was that if one of your customers buys all of your products, they're going to install and configure the Zen Server first. Then they're going to put in Zen Desktop and or Zen App. Completely up to you. I recommend Zen Desktop because it's the sexier of the 3. Right? Hey, let's go ahead and show somebody how to go ahead and virtualize Windows 7 or Windows 8, Windows XP or whatever desktop and present it out to any device. But completely up to you. This is a good slide used in the past, and it shows what I'm seeing going on around the country, around the world for that matter. And that is new tracks or programs that are specializing only on virtualization. So I don't know how many people might know Ernie Friend at Florida State College in Jacksonville, but this is his program. So he's got an AS program here where all the students have to take the 5 core systems that build that foundation. And then they specialize in one of 6 tracks, and this is the new one that was just approved by the state of Florida, a network virtualization track. The courses in the track are on the right-hand side. And you'll see it's a multi-IT vendor approach, which is fabulous. Microsoft Server gives that core foundation, which is great. And then we got the VMware courses and our 2 of our Citrix courses in there. So just to give you an idea how you might want to proceed with integrating virtualization into your existing programs or build a brand new track for it. Jobs for the students. Just took a screen capture here from Indeed.com. Over on the right-hand side are some of the titles that you will find if you do a search, or your students do a search for the jobs that be available. If they go ahead and take the 1, 2, or all 3 of the courses we offer through the IT Academy program and pass the certification exam. The jobs are available ranging anywhere from 45 to 60K. Not shabby. But again, this is makes assumption they've got some basic IT background skills and experience to go along with the Citrix stuff.
Are these jobs from your customers, partners, or Citrix itself?
Yes.
All of them?
All of them. All right. Yeah, even Citrix, go ahead and push on here. Yep. Program benefits. Authorized online curriculum, because it does prepare the student for the certification exams. This is a little screen capture of what it looks like. Pretty typical, you know, navigation, buttons, all that kind of good stuff. What I've done is, being a former instructor myself, is I work with our content development team. And that second bullet item there, customizable lab exercise. So I provided both PDF and doc versions. So if you want to change IP addresses and localize it for your campus, you want to add an additional lab, you want to beef up one of the labs, go ahead. So you get both the PDF, as an instructor, you get both the PDF and the docs. And then how you want to distribute those to your students is up to you. The certification exam vouchers are free. We provide 3 for the instructors to help them get certified to deliver the courses. But the students have to pay for them, so 60% off list. And it should say, yeah, 60% off of our list, which makes it $60 to $70. Free product software and licenses for teaching the courses. I've had some colleges ask me, well, can I use it for campus-wide virtualization? Of course not. It'd be nice, but you know, Citrix has to make its money as well. But for teaching the courses itself and for your lab to do that, we provide the software and the licenses. The other nice benefit for you as instructors is you have access to our entire Citrix Education library of online courses with remote lab access. Okay? So not just the 3 that you teach, but all of them. And then if you go to train.citrix.com, you'll see there's quite a number of courses there, you know, from the CCA level type courses that are off in the program all the way up to the very high expert level classes. So good deal. I came from Cisco Networking Academy program, and I was there for 4.5 years. And I saw how the tiered model actually worked, at least in the growth phase of the program, so I've implemented it here. So I have regional academies that I'm bringing online, and the job of the regional academies are to go out and recruit other academies into the program, offer instructor training, and provide support. The agreement then that the IT academies have is between Citrix and the IT Academy. There's an agreement as part of the application process and acceptance process, and you may have one with your regional academy. Again, it's very similar to what Cisco did. So your regional academy, like that, is Ohlone College. We did an instructor enablement at Ohlone College this past summer. It was a Zen Desktop Administration and Instructor Enablement course. And Richard, if you would mind, just give a couple words about where you are.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it was through the MPIC Faculty Development Week that we hosted at Ohlone College, and we had a week-long session on Zen app. And we had 3 of our instructors, myself included, go through the week-long training. I got pulled away quite a bit because we were hosting, and 2 of our instructors passed their certification exam.
Shortly after.
But so they are qualified instructors, and we're going to be offering our first Zen app course this spring to students, to our students. Creating a new course on the community college is hard, especially tech nowadays. But we're delivering that, and our hope. These 2 instructors are also certified train-the-trainers now as well to offer this summer instructor training as well. Some of you may know through the Cisco Academy that Ohlone is a support center for the Cisco program. So we're going to use that infrastructure and that model to also deliver training not only in Citrix but also with VMware. We hope to do some instructor training that way as well. So we're really pretty happy about it. This was a missing piece. We do the Cisco Academy program. We've done that for many, many years. We have become a VMware Academy and had some success with that, but students were missing that little component on the desktop. So we know and we've been hearing that that's the way things are going. Mobility, any device, anywhere. We want to make sure our students have that as well. So we're really happy to be involved. I remember Citrix from many years ago, even with Windows 95, and having to deliver on a 286 computer. They had a product for that. So it was pretty cool that time. So I'd be happy to talk to any of you if you're interested. We can get some training for the summer. And Right now, we had to invest in quite a bit of hardware, right, to deliver this. This is not magic. It doesn't come out of it. It's a cloud, but the cloud is, pretty hardware intensive. We're hoping that, we can do something more with remote lab equipment. I know Rich is here a week, so maybe we can talk about that as another possibility.
I'd be glad to help you if I can, Richard. I'll defer to Dan though.
Yeah, I've got a slide. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to get just a couple on the equipment side of things. But yes, for right now, we're requiring the IT academies to have their own equipment, and a couple slides on what the requirements are. And then we'll talk a little about NGG as well. But yeah, Dan and Richard, great partnership.
Are you going to mention anything about some of the proof of concept work?
Yes, matter of fact, 2 slides. 2 slides coming up. Okay, so any questions about the program, feel free to reach out to myself or Richard Edeloni. The program cost, no annual fee for 2013. I don't know what's going to happen in 2014. I'm going to request no fee for 2014 too until the economy gets better. I'm in a rock and a hard spot because my management says, Dan, you need to make the program sustainable. How many times have you heard that before? So I've got to do something to try and recuperate some costs here. But I did go to them. It was free last year, and they want to implement a $500 fee this year, and I said, we can't do it. We cannot do it. The curriculum is fulfilled by Gilmore, which other vendors use for both academic programs and commercial. It's $25 per student online, so the instructor would order it, or the main contact at the college would order it. It provides the email address, and then it sends a URL out to the student, and they can with instructions on how to access the curriculum. We are moving away from the printed copies, so we're still available as optional, but the $50 for the set of books, which is made up of the manual and then the lab manual. Exam vouchers, $60, and that's 60% off the discount. Mentioned that a little bit earlier. At this point in time, our only option is for the college to have their own equipment. The next 2 slides will cover that off. The instructor training support, Richard, again, is your regional. So he's looking at holding an instructor training class this summer. Qualifications and restrictions. You guys are all on board with qualifications. The only restriction I really want to point out is same as all the other academic programs. We can't have our academic program compete with our commercial training center business, so it has to be stretched out over a minimum of 4 weeks.
Is that because your commercial ones deliver it like a week or something like
5
that?
days.
Yeah, 5 days.
And so going through a college is a lot cheaper. So you have the small businesses that say, hey, Mark, go to the college and take it. Let's save money. So the equipment, the option number 1 here is the two systems. One client, it could be anything, a laptop, they could even bring it. The student can even bring their own laptop. And then a server, which runs Zen server software. That's our hypervisor on there. The requirements you'll see the lab client here are very, very minimal. What you have to look at is the lab server here. So we're looking at, for the server, it's got to be an Intel VT or AMD V compatible chip. We recommend an Intel i5 or greater. Again, you'll have access to these slides, or feel free to reach out to me. But here's the other kind of kicker here, 16 gigs of RAM. That's difficult for some schools I've been talking with. We provide the course lab images. It's about 100 gigs worth of lab images to help in the setup of your labs. Or we also have a course setup guide if you prefer to go ahead and set them up from scratch, which we found out instructors actually are liking that better because they learn more about what's going on. The other option is a one workstation solution using a third-party hypervisor. Citrix products run on top of VMware, and they run on top of Microsoft Hyper-V. So you can either run it under Zen Server with our Zen hypervisor, VMware, or Microsoft. It doesn't really matter. Your choice. But you'll see you still have that 16 gig requirement here in that one workstation. And because of those requirements are pretty steep for some people, I have reached out to Rich. You probably have run into Rich. He's probably stood up a couple other sessions as well, but he's in the back corner there. So I worked with Rich. We just completed a proof of concept. Rich and NDG put about 8 or 10 of our labs in the NetLab Plus environment. We have presented that to our senior management. It works fine. We're just waiting on one more final approval. I was hoping to announce a partnership here at this conference, but we're this close. So we think that's going to happen.
And we exited 26 of 47 labs successfully in the environment. Within desktop.
I only saw a couple. I didn't realize there was that many of them. Wow. Yeah.
Engineers pulled together and did 26 of 27.
Yeah.
There's one last lab we haven't figured out how to crack, and we hope to go beyond proof of concept. Unfortunately, we figured that last one.
Absolutely. Yeah. So good news there. If you were impressed with what you heard about the NetLab Plus solution here at the conference, or you're already a NetLab Plus user, so it's a good news. So wrapping up here then, our next steps. The URL for the website is on the pamphlet and on my business card that I passed out to everybody here. It's citrix.com/academic. It'll do a redirect to a kind of a funky URL. But it has a lot of good information in there, including the free resources that I talked about in the free resources tab. If nothing else, you have your students go there and just access the free 1-hour training courses. Because on the resources tab, it has free training courses. They're 1-hour technical overviews, we call them, for each of our Zen Desktop, Zen App, Zen Server, and actually our other product courses as well. So again, no cost to you. If you're interested in joining the Citrix IT Academy program, you'll download the program guide and it'll complete the online application. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out to me. But boy, timed pretty well here. We have a couple minutes for some questions. I know we covered a lot of ground here. So any questions on Citrix as a company or the academic program anybody has? Good. So if you sign up before you leave, boy, have I got a deal for you. No, just kidding. I do have a Citrix Academic Network mouse pad. You want to grab one on the way out. I'll be sticking around if anybody has any other questions. Otherwise, thanks for popping in, especially this Friday afternoon. Have a safe drive home, and I look forward to hearing from you guys a little bit later on. Thank you.